information.
All right, if you are looking for treasures from around the world, spectacular coins that will absolutely wow you, we've got you covered. I'm so excited to have Mike Mezak here, who is our ultimate coin expert. And we have coins in perfect condition, pure silver, we have gold. So you are in for a special treat. And I'm so excited that we have many of them on flexible payments for you. And the first one is brand new. And it's a tribute to our World War I fallen heroes. So, Michael, if you want to talk about this is spectacular when you think about, you know, folks who are really respecting their veterans. And this is $169.95 for flexible payments of $42.49. Just a phenomenal value.
Well, here's what we have. Everybody out there, you know, the United States government has been made the commemorative silver dollar series, has been doing that since 1983. Every year they have certain things that they commemorate on an American silver dollar. This year it's the 100th anniversary of World War I. The 100th anniversary of World War I is what we're looking at here. Now, this is a silver dollar, of course, made by the United States government, as you can see here, and it's obviously silver 900 fine silver on the silver dollar coin. But here's the interesting thing: the limited mintage on the commemorative silver dollar on this particular dollar is 300,000, and as a matter of fact, it mostly sold through on its very first day of issue. This is the most popularly selling commemorative dollar from the United States government in many, many, many years. But of those 300,000, only 475 are going to be first day of issue, absolutely perfect, certified annex that are available 100% exclusively from us here on HSN. So when you look at this coin, and if we get in close on this is the proof version of the coin. As you can see, it's Liberty right there, and then this is the World War I veterans that you're going to have that are being commemorated, the 100th anniversary of World War I. Now remember, this is not a medallion or a bar or something like that. There's a lot of those types of commemoratives out there. This is an actual coin made by the United States government. As you can see, it's been monetized. $1 is the face value, and then you've got this proof. You've got it certified absolutely, positively perfect. The big key to this, to me, 475 is the exclusive limited edition. Now remember, with Annex, HSN is exclusive distributor of the first day of issue that you're going to see right here. And so because of that, you understand, and one of the things that we try to do here at HSN is give you the best coins at the best possible prices. Well, this, I can guarantee, is the lowest price anytime, any place, anywhere at $169.95. As it is exclusive to us, it is the lowest price that you can possibly do. And so when you see things out there that happen like that, at $169, where we set, in essence, what amounts to the wholesale price on this, because this is our original issue price. Now, for those of you at home that are looking at this, say, you know, I want that commemorative dollar, you know, it was sold by the United States government. Understand, the coins sold by the United States government, while they're fantastic, are not necessarily perfect. And in coin collecting, as in any collecting, I don't care if you collect dolls or what stamps, it doesn't matter. As in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what?
Perfection.
Condition.
Yeah.
The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And this coin is certified perfect. See, in the coin world, we certify on a 70-point scale, not a 100-point scale. So PR 70 is perfect. The difference can be absolutely staggering in terms of value when it comes down to that extra grade, that PR 70, that last grade of certification. While PR 69 is a tremendously high grade and extraordinarily collectible and extraordinarily desirable, when you're looking at PR 70, it can make a huge difference. Take an American Proof Silver Eagle, a regular Silver Eagle that they make way more of than this. In Proof 69, it's a $149 coin. But in Proof 70, like let's take a 1996, that's going to be a $2,000 coin. The difference being the grade. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And of course, this is our initial presentation that we're going to have of the World War I commemorative dollar. Of course, comes with the red oak presentation box. That's one of the other things that we do. We understand that your coins and your collecting is special. So this is why, you know, we sell this box individually. If you go to hsn.com, I think it's $14.95, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a beautiful presentation.
Is what we've got. And here's one of the things I want to do. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to take one of these and put it in here.
Beautiful.
Because you do that, and then you do that because it's got the magnetic closures, okay? So you make sure that your coins remain in there. And we sell these boxes literally by the hundreds, if not thousands, when we have them in stock because we use so many in our regular coins. So when we give you one of our coins that are like this, it is exclusive. It's the guaranteed lowest price. You can't get it anywhere else. It's certified absolutely perfect. We don't have to give you the $15 box, but we understand it becomes part of your collection. It becomes part of your coin family, if you will. And of course, then we want to give you something special.
We want to give you something special, so we want you to be able to have access to this. It's 4 flexible payments of $42.49, and this beautiful wooden box is going to help preserve your beautiful coin. You see the soldier holding the rifle, and on the reverse, you see the poppies and the barbed wire, which is a remembrance of World War I. This is absolutely just stunning. So if you are wanting to pass down an heirloom, you're looking at it right now. Take advantage of the 4 flexible payments of $42.49 and getting this beautiful wooden box. You're also getting the one certificate of authenticity as well. And the box, the fact that these coins are encapsulated, that basically is going to preserve them and protect the authenticity.
Well, that's what they do. See, they take this coin and they determine, they take the coin directly from the United States Mint, which we send them, okay? And it's from the first day of issue. They then determine where this coin falls on the scale of 0 to 70. They then put it into this ultrasonically sealed holder with this tamper-evident holographic seal and guarantee it for weight, content, purity, and authenticity in perpetuity. Okay, so that's a big deal. So you're guaranteed this perfect collectible for generations to come. And that's exactly what you're looking for. Now, the World War I commemorative 100th anniversary commemorative that you have here is one of the fastest selling American commemorative silver dollars of, oh goodness, it's been probably last 15 years, I would say. This is probably the #1 seller, fastest selling commemorative dollar that the United States government has done. We have got it absolutely certified perfect, first day of issue, individually numbered to ensure its place within the limited edition and exclusive to us here at HSN.
And there are only 475, so you have to look at the limited edition and that 70 proof of perfection. Hope you enjoy this. Your order number 603182 to reserve it now. It's stunning, honoring 4 million men and women who served in World War I. And coming up, we have so much for you. This is the wonderful, I love that, the Ultra Cameo early release Silver Eagle. That is stunning with the American flag core.
Yeah, this is the flag core here. That, of course, this flag core congratulations set, and they just put out the brand new congratulations set with the proof American Silver Eagle that you're going to see. You've seen some of them out there, early release, ridiculously desirable, but flag core, of course, 100% exclusive to us here at HSN in the congratulations flag core. This is available no place else. Population on this coin well under 1,000 is what we've got with the exclusive flag core that you're going to have. You see some other flag core coins. Of course, they all come from me. I've got the exclusive on the flag core label, and the flag core congratulations set. And we'll talk about that. Was released at the ANA that was right here in Tampa. This coin 100% exclusive to us here at HSN.
And a quick reminder of the HSN card. You get $10 off if you apply right now, 800-284-3100. We'd love to help you get started. Take advantage of getting $10 off on your purchases, well-deserved, especially with this valuable coin collection that we have here for you. So take advantage, get that HSN credit card to help you out today, but these prices are phenomenal. And that's what it's all about, Mike, is the value that we're getting here. And this next one is just as exquisite.
It's unbelievable is what it is. One of the things that we do here, of course, we sell certified American Silver Eagles. You know, I've been doing that for the almost 20 years I've been here, going on 20 years. That I've been here. We have Annex first day of issue, of course, is exclusive to us here at HSN. We have ICG first day of issue, which of course is exclusive to us here at HSN. We try to do all these exclusive things that are out there. The major grading companies, as well everybody knows, is PCGS, NGC, and Annex, and then ICG. Those are the only 4 recognized grading companies, you know, coast to coast. So Annex and ICG we have exclusively. NGC, we're starting to get some of the exclusive products with our flag core. But with PCGS, which is probably the most popular of all of these, okay, these most popular of all of these coins that you're going to have right here, we've never had, and they've never been able to get a coin. This is a paradigm shifting coin, because this is the Premier Edition. This is exclusive to me 100%. You can't get it Premier Edition anywhere other than here. This is the lowest possible price that you can get. Okay, so we have Premier Edition Silver Eagle, as you're going to see PCGS, and here is the sea change of that. You can see here's PCGS, it's Premier Edition, it's listed separately in the population report. And for those of you in the know, you understand what that means, that if you're looking at any other one of the Silver Eagles that are certified by PCGS, and there's a myriad of them, they all fall under the same kind of counting platform when they go to what we call the population report, which is where they list how many coins are graded and how many coins are certified. Well, with this coin right here, it is the only one where the Premier is listed separately in the population report to do that. The additional thing, as you can see right here, is we've got this special limited edition, and so as you can see right here, it has got the original Premier hologram that you're going to have on this that you cannot get anyplace else. Limited 2,500 certified 70 coins that you're going to have right here. I think it said 5,000. That's the total edition, but we have what's called the first edition that's available exclusively from us, as you can see, with the Premier hologram that is exclusive to us as well. And there you have one of 2,500 in the first edition. Limited, the limited edition Premier label that we're going to have, and that is the change. That is the sea change of value that we're looking at here. Is we've never had an absolutely 100% exclusive PCGS certified coin that's going to be in there, and that's exactly what we've got here. And we've got this special, rich mahogany colored wood box. Isn't that spectacular? Why don't you open that up,
yeah,
and you can see what that is just truly,
beautiful.
I'm just going to put one of the coins in there.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Look at that. It is just that amazing presentation. And of course, at $99.95, it includes that. It is the limited edition Premier label, as you can see to us. That first edition that you're going to have right there, Premier label of only 2,500. Only 2,500 with the exclusive Premier hologram that goes on that we've never been able to do before. And also, of the 2,500, these are going to be, I believe, individually numbered as well that you're going to have, and that is the very first time, and that is the change that we have been able to do with PCGS, is that we are, in essence, through the PCGS authorized hologram on the certificate right here, we're able to individually number. It's the only way to get individually numbered PCGS coins is through the Premier Edition label that we've done here, and that's what we've done that is so fantastically special that you simply cannot do anyplace else. And once again, that is a PCGS certified hologram along with the coin that is then absolutely perfect mint state 70. Yeah. So there's only 2,500 of these coins for worldwide distribution. Now, if you look at many of the other PCGS 70s, since they're all lumped together, there's going to be 75,000, 100,000, 125,000, 150,000 coins that are going to be certified and in that big grouping. However, if you go to PCGS and look at Premier, you're going to be able to see that they're listed individually, and that has never been done before. And that's 2,500 for a worldwide limited edition, absolutely guaranteed through PCGS, which is a company that sells literally millions of graded and certified coins. But of the 2018 American Silver Eagle, which is one of the single most popular coins released by the United States government, we don't have 80,000 or 100,000 or 150,000 or 200,000. There are 2,500, and with the certificates individually numbered with the PCGS approved hologram on it, this, I think, is the most significant PCGS. It's absolutely paradigm shifting when it comes to PCGS certified American Silver Eagles, and you can get it right here.
Get it right here. 3 flexible payments of $33.32. This is a phenomenal value for you, and just look how beautiful it is when you look at walking liberty with that flowing gown on the obverse, which is the front side, and on the reverse, just the beautiful eagle spreading the wings. It's stunning. And so if you are looking for something rare, something different, and want to be the envy of all the coin collectors out there, this is definitely a great find for you. So the order number is 599955, and this is an heirloom. So remember that, because you talked about how it's important when you're looking at the grading system and also the rarity. So the limited edition is great.
Well, we have the 2017 edition, I believe we've sold out. We've sold through the entire thing. It was incredibly popular. It'll remain incredibly popular this year. So great, great, great opportunity for you right there. In the Premier Edition, as you can see, that first release, a Premier Edition of only 2,500 coins.
So it's just absolutely phenomenal. I hope you write down all of the order numbers of what is interesting you right now, because we don't know how long all of this will last, because you're talking about limited editions here. A quick mention of this Mint Morgan silver dollar from 1880. That's amazing. The
proof-like Morgans, we've not had these in, I think, Rick, what was it, 2016 was the last time we sold these? Might have been early 2017. The proof-like Morgans, these are original coins from 1880 and 1881. They have to be San Francisco Mint. I've got 200 of each coin. They will sell out today. I have a primetime show tonight, 7 and 9. I'm going to give you, and thanks, since you guys are watching here at 2:15 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to give you an opportunity first to get these, because they will absolutely 100% sell out tonight.
Yeah, 1881 as well. I mean, when you look at these, you don't think that they're more than 137 years old. I can't do my math that quickly. They look like it was made yesterday.
Isn't that amazing?
It's phenomenal.
With that incredible proof look that we're going to have right there. And these are proof-like, and there's a very specific designation for proof-like. You have to be able, with a 100-watt light bulb on it, take a 12-size type print and be able to read it at 5 inches in the reflection of the coin itself. I think is the exact termination of that. And as you can see, look at this coin. It is absolutely, positively amazing that a coin of this age, okay, I got to get it out of this holder here. A coin of this age is going to have the ability to be able to get in this, and look at the condition of this. I know it looks like it was made yesterday. It's crazy,
yeah.
This was made in San Francisco in 1880. Now, it's not just brilliant uncirculated. It's not just a gem uncirculated. This is a proof-like Morgan silver dollar. It is a special designation, and it represents less than 1% of all the coins ever made, because only, look at how the breast feathers on that stand out with that absolutely incredible proof-like finish. We rarely get these, maybe once, maybe twice a year.
Is this something you'd see in a museum?
Yeah, a coin museum or a smart collector is what you'd have, but great opportunity for you to get those. And I have both the 1880 and 1881. There's only a couple of years of the Morgan silver dollar, and only really the San Francisco mints that even produce the S Mint proof-like coins.
This is very, very limited. 4 flexible payments for you for $37.49 to get a coin in such great condition. Amazing. Looks like it was made yesterday. I hope you take advantage of it. Now we have the $100 Platinum Eagle coin. This is phenomenal. It's 99.95% platinum precious metal coin. This is just absolutely amazing when you think of just that it's platinum. I mean, you're not only but collecting something rare, but you're collecting platinum as well.
Right. Well, and this coin was just released, okay? Check this out. So it's proof platinum. This is a brand new thing that the United States government is doing. I'm doing 198 of these, of course, exclusive to us here at HSN. The United States government is doing an extremely limited platinum release, okay? Extremely limited platinum release. They're only doing 20,000 total coins. And they're 1 year only. It's a 3-year series that they're doing, celebrating America. And as you can see here, this one says life. Next year's will be liberty. And then the last year will be happiness, or the pursuit of happiness.
Okay.
So you're going to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Love it.
Done in pure platinum in 1 year only designs. In the history of the United States Platinum Eagle, which they started making in 1997, they have never rotated the obverse of the coin.
Okay.
It has always been Lady Liberty. They've rotated the designs of the eagle on the reverse, but they've never taken Lady Liberty off the coin. And for a special, so this is a 1 year only design, folks, of 20,000 coins. It is selling out. It's going to be gone instantaneously. Now, we've got out of that only 198 exclusive to us here at HSN in absolutely perfect proof, first day of issue. And the eagle that they have done on this, and you can see the Platinum Eagle is a $100 face value coin, is a $100 face value coin. 1 ounce pure 9995 pure platinum that you're going to see in each one of those coins. Look at that eagle. Check this out, guys. I'm going to get this at a...
It's just gorgeous.
So oftentimes you see the eagle on American coinage, but how often do you are able to recognize it because of the technology of the dies as a bald eagle? As they have done this, as they've laser finished the dies for the head of the eagle right there, so you can clearly say that this is not just an eagle, but a bald eagle. That is a brand new technological advance done by the United States government. Of course, this coin available exclusively from us here at HSN in the Annex first day of issue. I love that eagle carrying the olive branch apiece that you're going to see right there in absolutely perfect proof condition.
So symbolic.
So symbolic. And then the 1 year only design of a life on the front that you see right there. So you're going to, like I said, so next year, 2019, it's going to be, say, life, it's going to be liberty. And then the third year, and of course, if you're going to collect all three, you have to have the first one, and these are going to go quickly. Now, this representation right here is Lady Liberty.
Yeah, holding
and then
the
this
child.
holding the child, which is sowing the seeds in the furrows of the earth to show, you know, to show the fertileness of America, as you can see right there on our fruited plain, if you will.
Yes, the hope.
is what you're looking at here. Once again, keep in mind, 1 ounce pure platinum. 1 ounce pure platinum, extraordinarily limited edition. This, I believe, is sold out. Uncertified, ungraded, is sold out from the United States government, if not very, very close to complete and total sellout. The big thing on this is early release. The early release on this went very, very quickly. So the first day of issue, an additional and wonderful designation of value. This is going to be one of, I think, the most significant collectibles put out by the United States government in recent memory, because it is a 1 year only design. So in other words, this will only occur. The United States government tends to have designs that go from year to year to year to year. They rarely, on big pieces of this, like the American Gold Buffalo, which we're going to have here in just a minute, it's the same buffalo, okay? It's the same obverse, it's the same reverse, they change the date, okay? On many of these coins, what happens is they do not change, okay? They do not change the obverse or the reverse on this. You know, that goes on. But in this, it's a 1 year only design. And that's, I think, of absolutely crucial importance to collectors. And then the brand new Eagle design, which will only be available for the 3 years of the program. So the reverse design will remain the same. The obverse will change, which makes it absolutely unique.
And the fact that you can see that it's the bald eagle, I think is phenomenal. The finish on this, the proof that it has that 70 perfect grade, and that's one of the most important factors when you're collecting coins. You pointed that out.
Yeah, and if you'll notice right there is the W or West Point mint mark. See that?
Oh, yes.
That's where the United States denotes this as a special presentation issue, that it's not just a bullion coin, which they do. This is the special proof version made expressly and exclusively for collectors that you see right there with that beautiful, spectacular West Point mint mark. And then, of course, there is Lady Liberty in its 1 year only design. Of course, the first day of issue annex version of this is available exclusively from us here, only 198 in what I think is going to be one of the single most important, single most desirable collectibles that are going to be put out by the United States government. It was released to tremendous fanfare, and as a matter of fact, sold extraordinarily well right out of the chute. And once it's gone, once again, as a 1 year only issue, that's it. So you really need to take advantage of it right here. Of course, comes in the red oak presentation box.
Yeah, the presentation box is so beautiful, adds to the presentation, makes a great great gift if you know someone else, you know, that you're basically, you know, they collect just like you. You will be the envy of all coin collectors with this magnificent coin with Lady Liberty, and only $198. So once it's gone, once it sells out, there will be no more made with this designated first issue, right?
Right. Well, with the United States government, there's no more certified that's going to be that way. And then, of course, 1 ounce pure platinum that you're going to have right here. Just a brand new release, of course, by the government. But, of course, the first day of issue that you see right here, the perfect first day of issue, 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. So, once again, guaranteed lowest mintage, guaranteed lowest price, guaranteed, you know, all those things, which is what we love about selling our coins right here. Very, very popular. Only 198 in what I think will be one of the incredible collectibles put out by the United States government.
So iconic, but so is this 24 karat gold buffalo coin.
Isn't that fantastic?
Loving the symbolism here.
Yeah, it's spectacular. Well, yeah, many people recognize the original design on this. The original design on this, of course, is the buffalo nickel, designed by James E. Frazier. It was first seen on the buffalo nickel in 1913 and has become kind of an iconic view of America. Now, that is a compendium of about 5 or 6 different subjects that Frazier put together to be able to create the American buffalo. The reverse, of course, is a very specific buffalo, Black Diamond. Black Diamond was lived at the American Zoological Society in New York, in the zoo there for many, many years, and was one of the most popular attractions, and he went down there and sketched that to be able to put that on there. It's on the raised plane, which is what we call a type 1 of these coins that you're going to have right here. And this is done, this is big, in solid 24 karat gold. It's really the only...
That's amazing to me.
Right, it's the only 24 karat gold coin that the United States government does. Like I said, this is the brand new Mint State coin, as you can see. Limited edition of only 57 coins, all of which are 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. So as you can see, then you know, then you get the guaranteed lowest price on Annex first day of issue. All of those things are extraordinarily important to collectors out there.
I think it's just phenomenal. Order number 603176 for that 24 karat gold rare coin. And you're looking for perfection here, and you're looking for rarity. We have it for you. Especially in this, oh my goodness, I love the Congratulations Silver Eagle dollar coin, which is great for celebrating any occasion. It's just absolutely stunning. It really is. It's a limited edition coin minted in West Point, right?
Yes. And what this was is very interesting. 2016 was the 30th anniversary of the American Silver Eagle, so a very big deal. Huge customer pick. It's interesting. I got a few more of these in. Okay. So we put them on hsn.com last Thursday. Okay. I think it was. Phil, was it last Thursday? I had a dozen of them ordered over the weekend on hsn.com.
Wow.
12 of them, which is 15% of the entire quantity that I had. This is a big deal. When the United States government they released these things called the Congratulations set. We have one here that's coming out in just a minute. They do a special proof Silver Eagle that they put in there, and it just says Congratulations. It's a very special sealed set by the United States government. What happened in 2016, because they released it so incredibly late in the year, they only made 5,966 of the Congratulations Eagles. So certified Eagles from the Congratulations set from 2016 that are the 30th anniversary are the rarest anniversary Eagle ever made by the United States government. Prior to this, it was the 10th anniversary American Silver Eagle in the 1995 W. And that coin in this condition, the last one I sold here on HSN was $29,999. They made 31,000 of those coins. This coin is approximately 6 times rarer when it comes from the Congratulations sets from the 1995 W. This is one of the great rarities in modern American coins that we have right here. Like I said, I just got a few in. I just wanted to show you a very, very few of these coins as an opportunity. Like I said, I put it on HSN.com last Thursday. We sold a dozen over the weekend. A dozen of the coins were sold over the weekend. They are so phenomenally popular. They're so incredibly difficult to find. So this is your opportunity. Like I say, you're not going to find these Annex coins anywhere but right here, HSN.
Visit hsn.com for more coins, incredible values for you. We're talking about pure silver, even the pure 24 karat gold that we just showed you. If you are looking for something rare, we can guarantee something absolutely spectacular with the coin collection that we have. Many exclusive items to HSN. So definitely check it out, and we'll be back live here with more fantastic finds in just a few seconds.
I'm Adam Freeman. Join me and Amy Morrison for First Friday.
The party's on and 3 hours long. Get a sneak peek at our Valentine's Day gift event. Plus, don't miss the launch of Andrew Lessman's monthly special, Friday at 7.
Who knew a little piece of plastic could be so much fun? Now, when you apply for the HSN card, instantly get $10 off. It's all about you. Extra flex on the things you love. Now, when you use your HSN card, you get extra flex all day, every day on all jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases. Plus, no interest VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, all with no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com. Say hello to something new. New is smart. New is gorgeous. New is delicious. New is so you. Shop now and discover the perfect new for you.
We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search Gemstone Guide to see our gemstone enhancement chart.
This is fantastic. This is the American flag corps backdrop, and this is beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous, patriotic, can't say enough.
Yeah, and it's a big deal. I mean, I love the patriotism of it. That's why we did it. Of course, I got this label exclusively. Well, you just saw the 2016 congratulations sets. They only made 5,966. So they did a congratulations in 2017, and that was a special eagle, and those are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Well, they just released the brand new 2018s, okay? And they released them at the big show here in Tampa, simultaneously. We had the big fun show here in Tampa, which is Florida United Numismatists. It was a big thing. Dealers came from all over the world, as a matter of fact, to be able to do that. And so the early release on the 2018, the government had a very, very, very limited number of the early congratulations sets that we have here that have got the proof eagle. So this coin comes out of the congratulations set. It is early release, which is a big deal. It's an extraordinarily limited number. As a matter of fact, the population of early release in the flag corps is going to be under 1,000 coins. It's going to be under 1,000 coins. And the flag corps, now you can find flag labels out there, you can do all that, but the flag corps, congratulations Eagle, this coin right here is available one place and one place only, right here at HSN.
So wonderful.
You're looking at it.
Wonderful value that it's exclusive here. So no one will have exactly what you have.
Nobody will have the flag corps.
Right.
And understand the flag corps is a big deal because what it does is it's literally kind of paradigm shifting. What you've done is, as they've certified coins, what has happened, I like to call it the labelification of American numismatics. What happened is everybody has their own little label up here.
Sure.
Okay? And they're changing this, and they're changing that, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. And we decided, well, I want to have one label. I want to go old school. And so that's what I've I've got. I've got a very simple label. I got an American Eagle on it. This is the only label that you're going to see. It's Proof 70 Ultra Cameo, which means that you look at it, it looks like a cameo piece of jewelry. But what we did is we changed the core. And you've seen in NGC, they have red core, blue core, white core, old school black core. But what they don't have is a flag core. And that is available exclusively from me. I've got the exclusive rights to any flag core coin. Okay, that's a big deal from NGC. Nobody else can have a flag. There's not going to be a different flag or any of that. We have the exclusive to flag core. That's it. And in the Congratulations Eagle and an early releaser that you're going to see right here, you cannot buy this coin anywhere but right here. So you've had these Congratulations Eagles because they came out of these early Congratulations sets as being extraordinarily, ridiculously popular. But nobody else can give you the flag core. And what I've seen is while a flag label, for instance, an NGC flag label, regular mint state American Silver Eagle, you can find those out there for 50 bucks. But in our flag core, you go out there and find them, they're $100 to $200.
Wow.
That's the difference exclusivity makes. That's the difference when you get absolutely guaranteed rarity. Because you don't have everybody out there. You know what it is. It's extraordinarily limited. It's available one place and one place only. And that's what you get right here. That's what you get right here with the population on this. Population on this is going to be, and that means how many are there going to be? There's going to be fewer than 1,000 of these in existence ever in flag core early release. Of course, comes with the red oak presentation box that you see right there, available nowhere but here at HSN. Folks, this is a brand new way to shop for coins. This is literally a paradigm shifting is what we've got right here. To be able to do this and have this flag core, and I show you this front to back so it looks so cool like that. Go out there, look for flag core. If you look for flag label, I mean, you know, oh my goodness, you'll find 500 different varieties.
Right.
If you look for flag core, you'll find one.
Right here.
Right here. And if you look for flag core Congratulations Eagles, only here. There's only 3 flag core Eagles in existence of any kind. And there can only be Silver Eagles because we only have the Silver Eagle die for this. This was a big, huge deal to be able to get this flag core. We had to make this specially. And there's only Silver Eagles. So there's a mint state coin, and there's an early release mint state coin, and that's it. And then for Congratulations Eagles, it's this. So rarest of the rare. So quit chasing labels out there, which is what everybody's doing. They literally chase the label. Oh, I want this label, and is that the San Francisco Bridge label? And what is this label or that label? You don't have to worry about any of this. It's flag core. It's old school. One label available exclusively from us, so you get the guaranteed lowest price. Although, here's the funny thing. We sold a special New Year's Eve edition here.
Okay.
On HSN New Year's Eve, and it was New Year's Eve only.
Okay.
And you only could get it here. We sold it for $89.95 with a red oak presentation box. You go out there and try to find that right now in the secondary, because that was wholesale. So you go out there in the secondary market and try to find that. It's going to be $100 to $200, and the box seems to have disappeared from the people that are selling it. So they got the $15 box. They're selling it for a $10 to $110 profit, but they bought it one place and one place only, and it's right here, and this coin is exactly the same. You can get this coin one place at one price, and then what happens is once that secondary market takes over, what's going to happen? Well, we'll see what's going to happen. But if you go out there and search flag core, you understand it's going to come up here and here only for the Congratulations set from 2018. And we saw what happened for the 2016 Congratulations set. When I first was selling that, I sold a whole bunch of those for 199 bucks. Well, now they're 2,000.
Okay.
Okay. Now, like I said, I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know if this coin's going up, down, sideways, backwards, or forwards, but I can tell you what's happened in the past. I can tell you when we sold the original 2017 Congratulations last year, then all of a sudden we had to double our price. And the 2016, when we originally sold that, my price had to go up by 10 times on that Congratulations Eagle set.
So this is a phenomenal value.
I think it's a fantastic available only here, and this is our original issue price. Early release, flag core, available only right here.
This is a brand new way of doing things. This is so rare. You can only find this flag core backdrop right here at HSN. So put your order in, 603-538. Limited edition. We don't know how long this will last. And you're getting the beautiful red wooden box with this. So that this is encapsulated. It's going to protect and preserve the authenticity of this coin. This is a rare find. This is heirloom quality. This is what you can pass down from generation to generation. $249.95. Mike was telling you that, you know, sometimes these had to go up on prices. This is a phenomenal value for you. So I hope you take advantage of it because you just can't find it anywhere else. This is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and you have to understand what we're doing right here is what we've got in the world of coin collecting. Of course, first things first. First things first is condition. Higher grade, the more it's worth. This coin is certified absolutely perfect. Then you want to look at conditional rarity. That's what the certified perfect is. Then where it comes from. Okay, the fact that this comes from that special congratulations set is a very, very big deal. Okay, that's a special set put out by the United States government. A very special set put out by the United States government that just says congratulations. It's like they give out to people for birthdays or whatever, but it's a special set.
Sure.
And so when the government makes that, it's a special subset. So this is a rare coin. So it's the rarest now of the rarest, which is the congratulations set of the rare, which is early release. Now the government only did so many early releases is what we did. The government only did so many early releases in the entire series. They're going to do a few more coins, but the early release adds additional value. So you have the rarest of the rarest of the rare, and then, of course, in an absolutely perfect condition at the guaranteed lowest price and a guaranteed exclusive place to shop for it with the red oak presentation box.
Cannot beat this. I hope you take advantage of this because it is 99.9% pure silver and absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't that great?
I love this. And also still to come here, 1,400 sold already. Isn't that fantastic? I just love Walking Liberty, the beautiful flowing gown. $159 is the monthly special price for you, $159.95 on 4 flexible payments, $39.99. We don't have flexible payments on everything, so definitely take advantage of the Silver Eagle dollar coin.
By the way, today, final day at $159.95. Final day at $159.95.
And I just love Walking Liberty. Just absolutely love it. Just stunning. And so now the early release silver coin, dollar coin, if you love that American flag core, exclusive to HSN, take advantage of it. Your order number is 602034. 3 flexible payments of $33.32.
Okay, so this is the mint date 2018, and I've talked about flag core. So we are changing the way people collect coins, folks. We are absolutely, positively changing the way people collect coins with, like I said, this brand new paradigm shifting. So if you just want an American Silver Eagle, okay? In the early release, NGC, flag core, you're looking at it right here.
Okay.
Okay, you're looking at flag core early release right here, right now. This is your opportunity. Once again, remember the label remains the same. See the label? It's the eagle. It's simple. The label isn't changing. Don't chase the labels. And so you have, then we've added in the flag core, which is, like I said, 100% exclusive to me, so you're not going to get flag core anywhere except from me. And I've got it, and we've got early release, only $99.95. Of course, we've added flex pay. I don't know who else is giving you flex pay on coins.
You just can't find flex pay anywhere else but HSN. So $33.32. It is a phenomenal value for you. 800-284-3100. We'd love to help you get this home. This is heirloom quality, so you can pass this down. If you are an avid collector and you want to teach your children about coin collection, your grandchildren, when you're collecting, you want things that are so special, and we can guarantee that these coins are spectacular. You're getting, you know, the 70 proof in some of them, which is the highest grade. And so you want to get that pure silver. It's just a phenomenal value.
Well, and understand, see, that's the difference. Can we get that other coin back here just for a second, if it's possible? Because I want to show you the difference. Okay, you know, this is our first coin show together. I want to show you the difference between proof and mint state. Proof is not a condition. Proof is a method of manufacturing. See, proof coins coins are made by the government differently. They're struck multiple times at higher pressures. The government charges significantly more money for these. I'm going to show you this coin here in just a second. This is the mint state coin that they do. Okay, this coin is struck a little bit differently. It doesn't have the mirror finishes. In all honesty, this coin is more difficult to get in mint state 70 because the government doesn't strike it at higher pressures. They don't put kind of that extra that extra bit of effort into it. In other words, when they do this one's a special presentation coin. They sign it with a mint mark, if you will, that W or West Point mint mark. This coin that you see right here has no mint mark on it. It's just what they call a circulation strike. That's what mint state means. The coins you get at the bank or the post office or you get in your change are mint state coins. Now, they're not mint state 70, but they're mint state. They're uncirculated coins as opposed to presentation coins. So the fact that this is one of the early releases that you have right here. So when you look at this, so NGC in Mint State 70, early release in all the different label variations or however you want to look at the various, like I said, you know, the absolutely infinite quantity of labels that are out there. They're going to do 100,000, 200,000, maybe 250,000 different coins in Mint State 70. But in Flag Core, we're nowhere near that because it's just us. Right now, the entire universe, the population of Flag Core early release is maybe 2,000 coins.
That's it. And
that's what we've sold, basically. You know, that's what I've sold 2,000 coins. That's how many there are. You can't get them anyplace else.
And one of the most, you're looking for the rarity that's what makes it so special for your collection.
Precisely. And of course, then you have the conditional rarity, the fact that it's a perfect coin. So the United States government, the 2018 American Silver Eagle, the United States government is probably going to make somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 25 million Silver Eagles this year.
Okay.
Of those, in Mint State 70, you're looking at probably a couple hundred or 300,000 coins total out of that. So maybe 10% of the coins will be perfect. And that's about the number that we've seen over the course of the years. But then within that subset of rarity, okay, then you've got Flag Core, which in the NGC you have right here, which is probably the most popularly selling certification company. The Flag Core will be the rarest of all the rest of those. You can add up all the white core, red core, blue core, black cores, add those up. They're all going to have more than this. The Flag Core will be the rarest of the bunch. The Flag Core will be the most desirable of the bunch, and you won't see that commoditized out there in the market, and then you're worried about, well, you know, I got this, and now, I mean, you know, I can't. They're everywhere.
Right.
Well, these are not everywhere. They're here. Okay, and that's the thing. That's right. And that's what we're really trying to do here, is I'm trying to change coin collecting and bring it back to where we have rarity, collectability, and desirability that is that is kind of the standard. And at this thing, with us, with me being able to do this and being able to guarantee and control the entire thing, I can make sure that your the collector value of this is going to remain for generations. And that's one of the key things that we do here at HSN, one of the absolute positive key things that we do here at HSN. So that's something I think of critical importance.
And also of critical importance, you can pay this out so that this is accessible to you. If you're just starting to collect, 3 flexible payments of $33.32. Order number 602034. So special that you can only get this American Flag Core right here at HSN. Okay, so the last coin is the Ultra Cameo Early Release Silver Eagle.
Oh, no, that's not the one. I don't have that one. I'm sorry. They gave me another one. Yeah, sorry.
You don't have that one?
That's not this one. We'll show you that in a minute. Just imagine this. Okay, as an early release 2018 thing. Okay, now do we want, I don't know which one that's the, was that the early release congratulations set is what that was. Yeah, that was the congratulations set. Once again, exclusive. Oh my goodness, look at that. Sold very, very, very well, folks. As well you can imagine, extremely, extremely popular. We'll sell a bunch of those tonight, is absolutely what we're going to do.
And here is the monthly special.
It makes me a little sad.
I know, the very, very last day. Because we hate to say it's the last day, but we have to say it. So this is the Silver Eagle dollar coin, $159.95, 4 flexible payments of $39.99. Absolutely stunning. And if you're looking for something rare to go into your treasure chest, this is a treasure for you, Mike.
Well, and here's what happened. The United States Proof Silver Eagle is the most eagerly anticipated release by the United States government every year. I think in many ways. They sell way more of the regular mint state coins, okay? I don't think there's any doubt about that. But the proof coin is the highest example of the minter's art. The United States government takes the most care in terms of doing these. They charge a significant premium to the public. They don't sell the regular mint state coins to the public, but they do sell these uncertified and ungraded, but at triple the price as the regular mint state coins. Now, we're not triple the price for these from the mint state coins. Our mint state coins are like $99. We're only 50% more, whereas the government charges triple for these particular coins.
So what an amazing value for you that we can give you the lowest value. 4 flexible payments of $39.99 to make this accessible to you. These will become heirlooms in your family. These will become treasured. They're absolutely stunning, one of the most beautiful coins, because I just love that mirror finish.
Yeah, and that's the special finish, like I said. You know, proof is not a condition, but a method of manufacturing. They are made differently. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Now, let me talk about the proof coin. For the last several years, the United States government has not released the proof coin until very late in the year. So this year, they released it in the first week of January, which they've not done in the better part of, I think, almost 10 years now, or certainly 5 years. So I'm able to sell this for the very first time early in the year. Now, when you look at this edition, the 3,957, that is my edition for the year. So when we do that, each coin individually numbered to ensure its place within the limited edition. So when we do this edition, it's 100% exclusive to HSN, so you can't get this coin anywhere but right here in Annex first day of issue. 3,957. So not only was released in January for the first time in quite some time, but we're starting this monthly special. And so I've not sold this coin for $159 in 10 years. It's always been $179 to $229 to $249 based on the price of silver and what the government does. So I have an extraordinarily special price at $159.95, the monthly special price. But it expires today.
Okay.
This is the very last. So tomorrow.
This is it, your opportunity.
This is it. If I have any more of these left, literally tomorrow they will be $179.95. And I will sell them throughout the course of the year because that is the addition for the entire year, 3,957. So that's the big number. And actually it's not a big number because in the past I've sold as many as 6,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 in a particular year. But what I've never been able to do is do a discounted monthly special price or any other kind of special price on the Proof American Silver Eagle. And today is the last day. So $159.95. If you want this coin, and every collector does, it's the most popular presentation coin put out by the United States government. Of course, comes with the red oak presentation box that you're going to have right there. When you get this, and everybody wants it, this is your last and final opportunity to get it at $159.95 is today. I have a big primetime show tonight. If we do not sell it out, anything that's left over will literally be $179. It's like throwing away a $20 bill is ultimately what it comes down to.
Absolutely. And this is 1 ounce of pure silver for you, 99.93%. What an incredible value with a 70 grade, which is the highest possible grade, which means that this is perfect. It's hard to get a perfect coin, but you're getting it today and you're getting this low value. 4 flexible payments of $39.99. How beautiful is this? 597-878 is your order number. So if you are looking for something special, something rare, you've met that threshold because you said the most important factors, the 70 grade and then the rarity.
The 70 grade, the rarity, first day of issue. We've had, there's different variations, gradations of value and collectability is ultimately what we have right here. And the Proof Silver Eagle is kind of the thing. And the United States government basically makes 3 Silver Eagles in a year. They make the regular Mint State Eagle, which is the most common. And those are the ones, and we sell that at $99. And we had today's special, New Year's Eve day, like we always do, I sold 13,000 of those at, I think it was $89 on the day, is what that was as a special price. But then you've got the Silver Eagle, the Proof Silver Eagle, which is year in, year out, the single most desirable coin made by the United States government in the Silver Eagle series. And we generally, like I said, in 2016, they didn't release that till like October. So it was so late. It's normally like March, April, May, June, July. This year released in January. And that's my addition right there, 3,957 for the year. I've had a couple other presentations. As you can see, we've already sold 1,460 of these. But the problem is, and I'll sell all 3,957, I always do. But today is the very last day you can do $159.95. Like I said, the special shipping and handling of only $5. So today you can save $20. So if you want the American Proof Silver Eagle, which of course you do, if you're a coin collector, you do. This is the highest example of the minter's art with that beautiful proof finish that you're going to have right there. That's that mirror finish with the United States, the W or West Point mint mark that denotes that this is a special collector coin made by the United States government. And so when you do that, that's the coin everybody wants. So everybody has this coin, everybody wants this coin, and we have it in absolutely perfect condition. First day of issue, exclusive to us here at HSN. And now the exclusivity of $159 only extends through today. It only extends through today. So it's absolutely, positively time right now to make your purchase.
And I hope you make the purchase while you can get this beautiful red wooden box with this, because it looks so beautiful. The presentation is just gorgeous. So you're going to put this beautiful, walking Liberty, and inside of this red box, and I'll show it to you. It's absolutely fantastic. This normally would cost, what, $15?
We sell it on hsn.com for $14.95. It's sold thousands of them over the years.
Throwing this in, which actually is going to help preserve your coin. It's already encapsulated so that it's, it's protecting it, it's preserving it, and preserving that authenticity. But look at the beautiful presentation if you want to give this as a gift. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So take advantage of that. 4 flexible payments of $39.99. This is the highest presentation coin. It's with that 70 proof. What else are you looking for?
Well, and it's the highest example of the minter's art is really what it comes down to. So when you look at collectability, desirability, and what you want to put in your collection, what you want to pass down from generation to generation, from fathers and mothers to sons and daughters and nieces and nephews, from their aunts and uncles, those generational touchstones that you pass down from generation to generation, this coin literally ticks all of those boxes. What are the boxes of collectability? So in other words, does it have pure silver? Well, of course, 1 ounce pure silver. So it has the intrinsic value, absolutely, that you're looking for. Does it have grade? Yes, the higher the grade, the more it's worth. Well, this coin is, of course, certified absolutely, positively perfect. Is it rare? Yes, there's 3,957. And in the major grading companies, they simply do not individually number the coins, except that we've got right here in our first day of issues with Annex, which are exclusive to us. So it's got that. It's got the rarity. It's got the deep cameo. It's got the certified perfection. It's got the exclusivity. But more importantly, most importantly, right now, for now, only about 20 more hours, you have the opportunity to save an additional $20 at $159.95. That expires at midnight tonight, folks. It expires at midnight tonight. So you need to get in on that. And I would go to hsn.com. I think the phones are pretty busy.
They are very
as we
busy
speak right now.
But we sure can help you. The order number is 597-878. Give us a call, 800-284-3100. This is absolutely beautiful. It's pure silver and 70 proof, so it's a perfect coin. I hope you take advantage of the flex pays, because we don't have it on every single item, but we have it now. And this has been my honor and my pleasure to be with one of the most trusted names and sources in the coin collection industry. This was absolutely just a beautiful presentation, and this is beautiful. Take advantage of getting this too. So this is your last opportunity, hsn.com, and you will be, do you know you're
7 p.m. this evening.
7 p.m. this is the coin guy. Can I
7
call you
to
the
9
coin
p.m.,
guy?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what everybody calls me.
Yes.
My kids call me.
It's better than coin geek.
Yeah, they call me all of those things.
Okay, and now we have the monthly special from Rhonda Shear, who it just is perfect when it comes to the perfect panties. I don't know how I made that transition.
It was pretty good.
Time is here. Rhonda Shear comes to your rescue with one of her best-selling bra sets in colors that last seasons. Why not stock up while you have the chance? It's our monthly special for January. And here to tell us more about it is the amazing Rhonda Shear. How about that? Amazing.
You know what? I think it's all about the lifestyle. I am at a place in life where everything has to be This is the bra for me that started it all. Virtually over 35 million sold worldwide. It is a single layer bra. We sell them as a 4-pack, so if you want to layer it or put one on top of the other to create your own sports bra, this is a bra that has changed my life and has literally changed what has gone on in the intimate apparel world. I mean, I have gals that have breastfed in this, that they exercise in it. It's their running bra. It is their sleep bra. It is the best $39.90 you will ever spend. Let's look at Annette in a before and after. Everybody talks about the quintessential t-shirt bra. This is it. There is no better. I mean, projected forward, nice clean body. It is not meant to be a push-up bra. It is your everyday, normal, like just your natural bust line, but better.
These are fun new colors.
Here's your brights. So you have this new, I love this putty. It's like a soft off-white with almost like a little tinge of butter to it. Then you've got the somber red, you've got the dazzling blue, and then the black. In the darks, you get this great plum. I love these deep colors. The Zinfandel, not just wine, Zinfandel. Gray, and then here's your nude. Over there,
we've got the lights. So this is starting down here with your cocoa. We have it in the aqua, the soft gray, and then also that beautiful cloud pink. And then here we have your pastels, which is the orchid hush. You have cool blue, parfait pink, and then this is where to get your white. That is our monthly special for January, courtesy of Rhonda.